Let's experience the Oracle Apex Declarative Development Environment by completing this page of our web application, which is a dashboard and holds 6 regions to present different views of sales data. Before you start the proceedings, I would recommend to first take a look at previous parts of this video series, to acquaint yourself with the Page Designer interface and how to access your workspace. Once you're comfortable with that, execute these steps to modify properties of the home page. By providing a unique name, you visually differentiate this application from other applications. The value you provide for the title property is displayed in your browser's tab. A region is an area on a page that serves as a container for content. You put items, text field, select list, radio group, and so on a page under a specific region. This first region will display top 5 orders by date from the database using a bar chart. Follow these steps to create a region in Oracle Apex. The chart is populated using a SQL select statement, which fetches summarized sales figures for each date from the orders table. This first property provides a meaningful title to the region. We set the type of this region to chart, because we want to display sales data graphically. We specified the location of the data, which is sourced from the local database in the current scenario. The type attribute specifies how the data is queried. We set it to SQL query to retrieve the data using a SQL query, which fetches summarized sales data from the demo orders table. A downloadable link of source code is provided in video description. Open Part 4 folder, to get all files used in video. Start New Row is set to Yes, which puts the region on a new row. The value automatic in the column attribute automatically finds a column position for the region. As you can see in this figure, there are 3 regions on a single row. Equally divided in a 12 columns layout, each region spans 4 columns, and this is the value we will set for all the 6 regions on the home page. The first region will span from column number 1 to 4, the second one from 5 to 8, and the third one from 9 to 12. The template property is set to standard by default, which forms a border around the region and displays the region's title across the top. This show icon option displays the region icon in the region header beside the region title. We also defined the height of this region to 240 pixels. Click the LOV for the icon property and choose an icon from the provided list. We also set the type of this chart to horizontal bar, to display it horizontally at runtime. Since a SQL query has already been defined, we set location to region source, which points to the region's SQL query of source code defined in previous step. The chart's label attribute is set to order day column to display values from this column as labels. The value property is set to sales to show sales figures. You can also define links on charts, that let you call another application page for browsing details. Once you set the link type to redirect to page in this application, a property named target appears, where you provide the ID of the target application page you want to link with the chart. We will create page 4 in subsequent videos. As the name implies, This second region will present sales figures in graphical format, using a batch list, along with number of orders placed for the current month. The list is dynamically rendered based on a SQL statement each time the page is viewed. A classic report is a simple Oracle Apex report, which is based on a custom SQL select statement or a PL SQL function. In this step, we used it to fetch the desired data set. Later on we will transform it to present the fetched data in graphical format. When you specify a SQL query for a region, all columns you define in the query appear in a separate node under that region. Create a hidden page item by right-clicking the sales for this month region. This hidden item is added to store first day of the current month. You create hidden items on a page to store some values for behind-the-scene processing. This one evaluates current month using the system date function. Hidden items can be seen in the page designer, but they do not appear on the page at runtime. The value protected property is set to yes, which prevents the value stored in the item from being manipulated when the page is posted. Expand the column node of this region. In the first attribute, we specify that the column is to be displayed as a link. When you select a format from this list, its mask appears in the properties text box. In the current scenario, you selected 5234 as the format mask for total sales column. In this mask, 9 denotes an optional digit, 0 a required digit, and G stands for thousand separator. Here the sales value will be displayed with thousand separators. The remaining properties actually define the link. First, you specify that the link should call a page in the current application followed by the target page number. In the set items, you select a name and value to specify session state for an item. The IR string, interactive report, is used along with GTE, the greater than and equal to operator, followed by an item name, order date, an item on page 4. This argument acts as a filter and is used in conjunction with the item value, &page 1 _ this month, to only display current month's orders. In simple words, it says, the order date in the interactive report is greater than or equal to the item value. The values for these properties are usually picked from the adjacent LOVs using the page attribute, but due to absence of page 4 of our application, we entered them manually. The RIR, Reset interactive report, argument, resets pagination on page 4. By setting a columns type property to hidden, you make it invisible at runtime. By setting these region properties, the derived one-row summarized report will be presented as a badge list, spanned horizontally. Only a certain number of rows of a report display on a page. To include additional rows, user needs to navigate to the next page of the report. Pagination provides the user with information about the number of rows and the current position within the result set. Pagination also defines the style of links or buttons used to navigate to the next or previous page. Oracle Apex enables you to test your work from time to time. After completing these two regions, you can save and run the page, to check how these regions appears on it. At this stage, your home page will show just two regions, top orders by date and sales for this month. If you click any link on these regions, the application tries to open page 4 and throws an error, because the page doesn't exist. After completing page 4 in part 7 video of this series, when you run the home page and click any of these links, page 4 will be rendered carrying a list of orders. This is the third region of our sales web application, which is intended to show sale figures for individual products using a pie chart. Using the legend properties you can specify whether to display multi-series chart, and if so, where it should be placed on the chart. You will use these properties in subsequent videos. Show value on specifies whether the label should be rendered on the chart. This is the fourth region of our sales web application, which will present sale figures for each product category. There are 3 categories in the products table: men, women, and accessories. Each product in the demo product info table belongs to one of these categories. This time we will add a region using the drag and drop feature of Oracle Apex. A chart region will appear with relevant properties, but only after placing it at its proper location as shown in video. You can change the default chart color using the color picker tool. This 5th region will display top 6 customers with highest orders and will present the information in text format. Create a new region by dragging the classic report icon from the gallery and dropping it under the sales by category region. Once you specify row and column properties, the region will automatically appear next to the sales by category region. The source of a classic report is a SQL query. Each time the page is rendered, Oracle Apex evaluates the query and displays the result within the region. Expand the Columns node under the top Customers region, and click the Customer Name column, to transform this column into a link. In this step, we specified properties about a link we want to create. The purpose of setting these properties is to place hyperlinks on Customer Name column to provide drill-down capability. We specified the Customer Name column in the link text attribute. When you run this page, each customer's name appears as a hyperlink, clicking which calls customer's profile page, page 7, which will be created in subsequent videos. We set page attribute to 7, which is the page we want to navigate to. The value page 7 customer ID refers to an item on page 7 that will be populated with the value held in #ID hash. It is forwarded to page 7 from the home page to display profile of the selected customer. We also forwarded the customer's ID, #ID hash, to page 7. The #ID hash substitution string references the third column in the source code query. Just like you use substitution strings to reference a page item, the standard procedure in Oracle Apex, to refer to a column value is to enclose it between the hash symbols. Click the order total column. Set format mask to $5,234.10. Set the type property of ID column to hidden, to hide this column at runtime. Pagination is suppressed since we want to see only 6 records in the region. We also set heading type to none, to suppress column headings. Click Save and Run Page button to test the progress. Once again, if you click any link on this region, the application tries to open page 7 and throws an error, because the page doesn't exist. We will create page 7 in subsequent videos of this series. This is the 6th and last region of our sales web application homepage, which is similar to the top customers region and displays 6 top selling products. Due to similarity between the two regions, you will create this region by copying the top customers region. Right-click the top customers region, and select Duplicate from the context menu. A copy of the source region will be appended just under it. The definition of these properties is already defined in previous steps. Expand the columns node and click the product column, to make it a link. This page will be created in subsequent videos. The definition of these properties is already defined in previous steps. Click the Sales column. Set its format mask to $5,234.10. Select the Product ID column. Set its type property to Hidden column. Click the Attributes tab. Click the Save and Run Page button to see how all the 6 regions appear on the home page. After creating all the regions, your next task is to create buttons on top of each region. These buttons provide drill-down functionality and take user to relevant pages to dig further details for the provided summarized information. Some of these regions will have a pair of buttons, Add and View, to create a new record and to browse further details of the provided information. This first button is used to view a list of all customer orders. To create this button, right-click the top Orders by Date region and select Create Button from the context menu. This way the button will be created in the selected region. Label property appears as a tooltip when you move over the button at runtime. The best way to understand the other options is to try each one to see button placement on the page. By setting this property, the button will be displayed as an icon. This is the name of an icon from the Apex repository. This page will be created in subsequent videos. This second button calls Order Wizard to place a new order. Order Wizard will be created in subsequent video. Right-click the View Orders button and select Create Button below. A new button will be added just under the previous one. Set the following properties for this new button. This page will be created in subsequent videos. This page will be created in subsequent videos. This button will drill down into current month's order details. Switch layout from regions to buttons. Drag an icon button from the buttons gallery and drop it in the edit position under the sales for this month region. A new button will be added to this region. These properties definitions were defined in previous steps. You'll place two buttons in the top customers region. This first button will be used to view a list of customers on page 2 of the application. This page will be created in subsequent videos. This second button of top customers region is used to add a new customer record. When clicked, it will call page 7 created in subsequent videos. Right-click the View Customers button and select Create button below from the context menu. These two buttons will be displayed in the top products region. This first button leads you to the main products page to display a list of all products. This is the second button of top products region, which calls page 6 to add a new product. At this stage, all the 7 buttons are placed at their proper locations with the expected functionalities and are ready for partial test. To remind you again, these buttons will be productive only after creating all relevant pages indicated in their respective target properties. In this step, you'll learn how to apply cascading style sheet, CSS, at user interface level in Oracle Apex. Go to Shared Components page. Click Static Application Files in the Files section. Here you'll upload a custom CSS file carrying just one rule to style all 6 regions of the home page. The file named app.css available in the source code creates a rounded border and places inset shadow around the regions. Copy the reference entry appearing on this page to your clipboard by clicking the icon next to it. The app_files substitution string is used to reference uploaded images, JavaScript, and cascading style sheets that are specific to a given application and are not shared over many applications. Recall that you used this substitution string in Part 3 video to reference the application logo. Now add the CSS file to user interface. On the User Interface tab, click the CSS subtab and press Ctrl+V to append the reference text in the file URLs box. Finally, you have to apply the CSS rule to your region. Here's how it is done. Open the home page, page 1, of your application and select the first region, Top Orders by Date. In the Properties pane, scroll down to the Appearance section and enter Region, in CSS Classes Attribute. This is a class defined in the app CSS file. Add the region class to the CSS classes property of the remaining 5 regions. Click the Save and Run Page button to see the home page. This happened because we were using dark theme. Execute these following steps, if you are using dark theme like mine. These steps are not necessary for users using light theme. You must hide this sales web application bar appearing on the home page.